Hello, welcome to another fabulous episode about tea. I'm so glad that you're able to join me today and to learn more about Earl Grey. Now, you probably have heard of Earl Grey before. You've probably had Earl Grey before, but did you know that Earl Grey is actually the #1 most consumed flavored tea on earth? It is a flavored tea made of bergamot and black tea. And bergamot is a citrus fruit, very similar to oranges, and it is actually its essence from the zest, from the peel, that is used to flavor the black tea. So I wanted to share with you our amazing organic Earl Grey. Now, you might have seen Earl Grey out there. There's lots of Earl Greys, tons of them, tons of varieties, hundreds of companies selling Earl Grey, but they are not all the same Earl Grey. So our Earl Grey is going to be different than someone else's Earl Grey. All those recipes are totally different, just like our blends of our black teas are different than another company's black teas. So let's begin with making some Earl Grey before I dive into the history of Earl Grey and the benefits of Earl Grey. So I have one of my tea brewers here. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon because it's actually 16 ounces. And I got my digital kettle. So we just got all of our digital kettles, and I'm super, super excited about our gooseneck digital kettles because you can program it to the exact temperature that you want it to be at, and it will hold it there. It will hold that temperature, which is awesome because you can make a whole pot. Now, this is a lot. This is 2 liters. This is a lot of water. This is usually what I'll use for shows, but you have tea or hot water for your tea all day long. Now, it is not best to make your tea in here. You can. It is stainless steel, but it might be kind of hard to clean out. So as soon as I remove the kettle will actually turn off, like it will air out, which is nice because you won't burn yourself on the heating element. And then what's also nice with this gooseneck is that it doesn't drip. It doesn't dribble. So it's one of the things that you'll have to take care of is, if you have kids or anything like that, even though it's made out of stainless steel, is that this is not indestructible. So you do want to be careful with the gooseneck that you don't bang it or bend it. Now, when you put the kettle back on, it automatically turns off. So if you want it to heat back up again to that temperature that you want it to be at, you do need to either turn it on with the light on, and you can set the temperature. So there's preset temperatures: 140 Fahrenheit, 176 Fahrenheit, 185 Fahrenheit. I think I messed with the temperatures earlier, so I changed the presets: 190, 205, and you can click hold. What's nice about this is that you could also change the temperatures to centigrade. So if you're, more of like from the UK or something like that, or from India, you would use a non-American type of unit for temperatures. So these are awesome. We have them in the store now. And we have a lot of them. So you can pick up one of our digital kettles at Sipping Streams. They are not available yet on our website. I just need to change some settings, but it will be on very soon. And these are going to be a hot item for the holidays. In fact, it took me a long time to get these digital kettles because we're going into the winter season and with the holidays, and there's a lot of demand for it actually. So get your electric digital kettle now. A lot of even coffee baristas use this for competition because it can control their pour over. So this is great for teas or coffee, but very durable. It has a commercial warranty on it. So places like our tea company can use it in our tea house for commercial purposes. It even has a shield to go over the base to protect it from getting wet, to just give it that extra warranty durableness. Not that there's any open seams or anything on the digital dial apart, but it is absolutely fabulous. This is one of my absolute favorite digital kettles. It heats up pretty fast. I mean, it is 2 liters. So if it was a bit of a smaller kettle, then it would heat up even faster. But it retains the heat in holding it at that temperature if that's what you want to do. Okay, so Earl Greys. Earl Greys are the most popular tea consumed in the world that is flavored. So, how did Earl Grey come about? I'm going to turn off the kettle so it just stops rumbling. How did it come about? Well, there are some legends about Earl Grey. There is the myth and legend of Charles Grey, who was one of the prime ministers who actually, during his time in office, actually helped abolish slavery for the British Empire. So he's a very, very famous guy. And there's also a legend that he actually helped save a Chinese tea farmer's son from drowning. So, or that one of his workers did. So that's how the legend and the myth goes, that he might be associated with tea because he helped save a little Chinese boy's life. Or one of his workers. Another myth and legend that is very popular is that he was a naval officer. And when he had traveled to the Mediterranean with all of the trades that were happening in the early 1800s, that this Earl Grey person found and discovered tea, and they added the citrus zest of the bergamot fruit to the tea and the water to flavor it. So those are some myths and legends. Oh, and there was another one about his estate had terrible water. This is kind of funny. Terrible water. So you could taste it in the tea, and it just made terrible black tea because the water was terrible. So the only thing that could cut that terrible hard water or whatever it was the zest of the bergamot fruit. So now you know that it's bergamot specifically that's used to flavor black tea and becomes Earl Grey. Oh, delicious. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't like Earl Grey. And a lot of Earl Greys that I've tried were just like too like punchy, almost tasted synthetic, too in your face, and then left really quickly. Had this weird off taste. So there are bergamots that are natural flavorings or made from the bergamot essence, and then there is artificial bergamot. So if you have any old tea bags of Earl Grey, look at it. You might be shocked to know that it has soy or wheat in it. I've seen it in store-bought brands of these tea bags. I'm like, why would they do that unless their flavoring agent was like a powder or something and it wasn't natural? So our organic Earl Grey is organic certified, it's all natural, and it tastes amazing, and the flavor just lingers and balances really well with this black tea. And yes, you can re-steep it up to 4 times. Another great thing about Earl Grey is the bergamot that's in it. So the bergamot zest, that citrus fruit, has natural flavonoids, plant-based antioxidants that are actually good for supporting cardiovascular health. Now, why is that important? Well, it actually helps fight or decrease cholesterol. So you can read some of the research out on your own, but it's supposed to help with decreasing the negative effects and damages of cholesterol. Now, you've heard me say this before. Cholesterol is something that naturally occurs in your body, and you can also intake cholesterol in your foods, but it is kind of hormonally based. So not everyone's body will react to cholesterol the same way. But if you're wanting a nice, fun, easy beverage to consume, try Earl Grey, and if it's got natural bergamots in it, it's also going to help decrease the damaging effects of cholesterol. So there you go, the myths and legends of Sir Earl Grey, and also some of the benefits of it. Of course, it is made from black tea. And so if you have a really good high quality black tea, of course you're going to get the ECGCs that you're going to get from green tea or white tea or from the Camellia sinensis in general. And of course you're going to get that amino acid L-theanine, which is going to calm and relax your body. And it is tea, so it does have a bit of that caffeine. So overall, this is just a very enjoyable beverage that you can have every day. And I hope you try out our organic Earl Grey. I think you'll have a great time with it. We even have an organic Earl Grey ice cream that we have, but you can only get that at our tea house because we can't mail it to you. It will probably melt. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you're part of our university program, don't forget that you are getting all of your teas, including one of our rarities and the SCOBY. It's already been sent out. So it should be heading your way. And we have a special guest for November who is a fitness and nutrition coach. And so if you're wanting to know more about the holistic health benefits of tea and even integrating regular fitness from home, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom or a busy person, wherever you are, how to be COVID friendly and how to fight this, the 19 pounds that you possibly gained through the 6 months that we've been through this pandemic, there will be great tips. And it will be a seminar just like we've done with our herbalist, Erin Lefebvre, who recently showed up this month. So it'll be a private Zoom. You won't want to miss it. And I'll be sending out those details later on this month. So pay attention to your email box because you don't want to miss another fabulous episode and virtual seminar just for you, where you'll be able to ask any of your questions about health and wellness. And in December, we actually have one of our tea growers who will be interviewing with me and then opening it up for a seminar on Kenyan teas, specifically the purple tea. They actually grow and cultivate the purple tea from Kenya. So stay tuned. Stay in contact with us. Send any of your questions. Give us any feedback that you would like for us to know. Are these times okay for you? How are the seminars? How are you doing with the tea education in the portal? Do you need more extra support? Do you want more live sessions? Let us know. We want that feedback, and we're sending out a survey tomorrow. It should be in your email box. So we would love to get your feedback on how you're enjoying the university program. And of course, happy sipping, everyone.